Well, Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Dima.
All right. People know you. I don't have to introduce you.
Good, thank you.
You're the general manager of our company, Good Life Inspections.
Yes. And it's a great place to be. Finding myself at the helm right now and trying to care for our people, right, and get us to that next level.
I heard you're hiring.
Oh, yes. Always looking for good, talented people, humble and hungry. But right now we're looking for a branch 3 termite inspector in the greater Sacramento area and Solano area. We've got enough business right now that we can keep somebody quite busy.
That's awesome. Hey, I'm taking off to Germany tomorrow and then going to Africa. And before I take off, I wanted to chat with you real quick because we're trying to get this content thing going so you guys can watch and follow us. I'm pointing at the wrong place. That's the screen. That's the camera. Hey, guys. Well, if you follow Good Life and our content, I wanted to talk to Justin about some of the things that we do here at Good Life Inspections that we believe, and maybe you can comment and tell us if we're right or wrong. We'll take your feedback. We love feedback. About what makes us different than our competition and what makes us better than our competition.
Ooh. There's a couple things that come to mind right off the bat. The biggest one is I think we've set a pretty high standard on our actual inspection process, right?
What does that mean?
Good question. So what that means is I want my guys to be really thorough, and gals. We actually have a woman home inspector. Shout out to Shelly. Thank you so much. I want our inspectors to be top-notch. I want them to go through and inspect everything very thoroughly, report on it correctly, and give recommendations that work for the situation, and be flexible. So if someone needs some help on maybe some cost and they don't need a full treatment on a home, and we can offer up a limited treatment to the area and still get the warranty, I like to offer that up. Other things we do that are top-notch.
So you think, because if I'm competition,
Yep.
I'm going, well, good for you guys, Good Life guys over there. We're just as good. We think we're even better. Is there anything in particular that you can say, hey, because you've worked around in multiple companies
Correct.
before you came to Good Life. What are you seeing different here than what you've experienced in other places that you think makes us more thorough?
Makes us more thorough than other places. A lot of it's education from the guys that have been in the field. So a lot of our inspectors have done repair work, so they're looking at the property a little bit differently. That gives them a little more insight on how the repairs are to be performed or what caused that potential damage and what it's going to take to fix or treat that. Other things that we do differently here.
Well, let me stop on that real quick. I think what's important is the level of expertise that we have here, starting from Stefan, who's been doing termite inspections for 30 years, to guys like you. All of our inspectors are very senior inspectors. We have a few newer ones, but the level of training, I mean, guys like Matt Singer,
Don Blahud,
Mark, Aaron.
Mark, Aaron, Bill Hardy. Most of everybody we've had here has had some tool belts on in their life at some point in time.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. The camaraderie where we have guys, we have a group text, right? And we ask questions to each other because not everybody has the answer to the finding or the thing they're looking at. It may be something unique that they haven't seen before, but I guarantee with some of the folks that we have.
Well, I smile because over the years, I don't know the exact amount, but we've hired tens, maybe 20, 30 different people for a termite inspection role. And some people do an okay job, but they're not great. And we kind of have a higher standard for our people, and we've let some people go over the years. And there's actually a few companies in town who are our competitors who staffed their entire roster of inspectors from people that we let go.
Sorry. We do hold a pretty high standard on what we have.
Not to say that people don't get better,
Yeah.
And we don't know all the details, but we take great pride and consideration in our inspectors, not just from their capacity to do a good inspection, but also their communication skills with the clients. We take into consideration their heart, like here at Good Life, we're all about the heart, about love, about compassion, about being personable. That's allows us to be flexible, like you said. When someone needs a solution, they've got a problem, and you got to give them different options and find a way to do it.
I think most, if not everybody here, understands that the purchasing or selling of a home is one of the biggest things that anybody can do in their life. And them inviting us into their home or into that process to do that inspection is pretty powerful, right? So us going out there, we want to make sure that they feel that they're being heard and taken care of, and we're doing a professional item, right? We're not just going out there and poking the house, as you would say, right, to find dry rot and put it on a report and just write an estimate. We're actually taking the time to walk them through and explain that to them, what we found, and giving them a detailed report on how to fix those items with a cost, right? So we take a lot of pride in that. That's a big thing, to actually go out there and someone to honor us to come out and do their inspection on their home. And I think that's why we're pretty busy right now, is because of the trust we've built in that community.
Yeah. And we have some really expert home inspectors, too. On our home inspection side, we've got James Lozano, who leads the team. It's just
Mike Marsh, Daniel Stevens, Ray Swanson, Misha. We've got a ton of people out there. They've all done over 1,000 inspections. So they're master inspectors, which is pretty awesome. And then now we're starting to get into commercial. So we've got about half the team certified in commercial inspections as well, which is a different world and a new challenge for them. So that's what's really cool, is having a new challenge for them to go out and look at a different, it's the same job, but different.
Yeah, it's actually very different in the commercial building inspection.
Correct.
Versus a residential home inspection. But our expert inspectors are ready to inspect your next real estate property or investment. Talk to me about what are some of the other things that make us different. I mean, we've got a pretty solid crew. Paul, who's our supervisor. Talk to me about our crew. What do you think that does to setting us apart?
Oh, so having an in-house crew that literally meets every morning to go over jobs, pray, and break bread together.
Yeah, we start every day with a prayer here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Our crews show up. That's something my dad started a long time ago, and the guys have continued that.
It really helps out to bring them together, but it puts everybody on the same playing field. If you really want to see some traffic jams, come here at about 6:45 when those young guys are running a little late and they don't want to be behind the schedule. That's pretty funny. But having an in-house crew and talented people. So we've got, on the inspection side, we've got 9 crews, right? So we've got 18.
So Good Life Inspection
Yep.
is a different corporation than Good Life Construction.
Oh,
which
yes.
is a different corporation than Good Life Restoration. Then we now have Good Life Handyman Services, which maybe we can talk about for a second. And they all have their own crews. So altogether, we employ about 260 people now. But Justin is a general manager of Good Life Inspections, which focuses on home inspections, termite, roof, pool, sewer. And then we offer our own construction work off of the termite reports and chemical treatments off the termite reports. So right now you're talking about our in-house team that just works for Good Life Inspections. I'm trying to give perspective to our potential viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the real estate market is so busy to get things done in a timely fashion. We used to use Good Life Construction and their team, and what we needed to do was build our own team in-house, right? So what that means is we're a big entity, but we can still get to all those smaller jobs and help out in the time frame of an escrow, right? So right now, a lot of the inspection periods are 7 to 10 days, and the escrows can be as little as 10-day closing or 15-day closing, right? And if they need treatments done or repairs done, and we're booked out 3 weeks on those repairs, for the process, it doesn't help them, right?
And if you get access work more than your crew can handle, do you sometimes reach out to Good Life Construction, and are you able to use some of their crews?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we actually work really good. So if we can't take a workload on, we bring in some guys from GLC, or Good Life
And they
Construction.
have like 80 more carpenters working.
They have a lot more carpenters. Their jobs are usually a little bit larger size, where they have larger teams or crew out there. But vice versa, when they need help, they can reach out to us, and we send guys out. We actually work back and forth pretty well.
That makes it really awesome for you realtors out there and home buyers and home sellers, because when you need work performed on the house and you need it done fast at top quality, it has to be done really well and professional. This isn't, you can't have it be done by somebody that's not super skilled or licensed, insured, and bonded. We have that bandwidth here at Good Life to take care of you. And if you've got sometimes we run, we just did, I don't know if we can name names, but a big basketball player off of Sacramento Kings.
He sold his home a while back.
And that home, a few transactions later, had a big deck and balcony that was like $100,000.
Yes. So that one was a very tough job, but having all the components that we have here at Good Life actually made it go as smooth as possibly. So we went out and identified damage and failure to a 1,000 square foot balcony deck that covered the patio area with furniture and everything that was leaking during the winter. We went out there and covered it up, identified it had failed.
So here's a few things. Sorry to jump in, because I just want to get to the points.
The meat and potatoes here.
The meat and potatoes.
Uh-huh.
We at Good Life have our own in-house drafting and engineering team, because we do a bunch of work for the realtors, then we do a bunch of work for homeowners as Good Life Construction. We're also a restoration company.
We need that for the speed.
Right. So in order for like if we're doing a job in a real estate transaction and they have to pull a permit to perform any of those repairs, we can have the plans drafted and engineered within weeks, sometimes even days, depending on the level of urgency, and submitted to the building department. We also have a very strong relationship with the building department, because as a Good Life family, between all the different companies,
they see the name and we get in there.
We pull probably 30 to 40 permits a month. We also have a really good relationship with all the building inspectors that come to perform the inspections. Yeah. Because we see them almost every day. We've got an inspection.
It's key to meet them on site and not just leave them to their own beat. And then it's almost meeting a friend. And they go over your paperwork and they're like, hey, they trust us, but they still check our work, which is good, because I want to hear that. Right?
But they give us solutions as well. Like we're
repairs or recommendations for corrections, and they say, hey, I would do this. And sometimes this happens with architects and stuff. That may be what's on the design plan, but in the field, it's not a practical thing.
Yeah,
right?
so we can
tweak it a little bit here.
Move it around. Like one of the cool things, guys, just to let you know, I love boasting about our company, so give me a little grace here. But we had 2 building inspectors, one who was a building inspector. I don't want to name the names because I'm not sure that I don't want to. But there was a building inspector that did building inspections for Sacramento County for 15 years, and then he moved into a more of a management role. And when his house burned down, and he could choose any contractor in Sacramento, and he knows all the contractors in Sacramento because he's been inspecting their work. When he had to choose a contractor to rebuild his house, guess who he chose? And you're right, he did choose Good Life. And then there was another one who also had an issue at his house. I think a flood at his house, and they chose Good Life. So those are good things. We've been here on the market for the inspection side of a business have been on the market since 1978. Whatever the math on that is. 47 years? No, 37 years. 37 years on the market.
Yes.
So that, I think, makes us a little bit different. When you are in a pinch, in a very difficult situation, we can pull plans and permits. Talk to me about the quality and the skill set of our carpenters. I mean, are they just replacing trim and siding, or can they do more?
They do more. So for GLI, when we're talking about good life inspections, when you're doing the inspection on the home, that could go from exterior siding, woodwork, to failed windows, failed stuccos, roof covering. You know, we're not replacing entire roofs here at the inspection side, but we can repair them. And then we also have certification levels as well during the inspection. And then interior stuff as well. If we have a failure at a tile shower pan, right, we've got craftsmen to come back in and put new tile in, replace the wood, permit it, waterproof it, and then put a new shower back in there.
But what I think makes a huge difference between us and our competition is that our crew guys are very, very skilled. I'm super proud of our group, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, if there's brickwork involved,
I can give you an example. We had to pull off stone off of a home, front of a house, and it had a drywood termite problem. So we had to actually physically pull the stone off the home, and the guys took the time to tediously tape and mark each one of them and put it back on the same way it came off. I think they actually enjoyed it, as painful as it was.
It's like a big puzzle.
It was a big puzzle, and having people to do that in-house, I don't know of anybody else who has that, and being able to do that for the real estate world where they don't have to go shop around or tell their homeowner, hey, search somebody that can do all these different trades, and being able to do it in a time frame. That particular property was a pre-list, so it wasn't on a restraint, but they still wanted to list the home in a timely fashion with a clear Section 1 and Section 2.
Yeah.
So having those tradespeople in-house
making
is something I've never dealt with before. You've had subcontractors you bring in, and you've got to manage them.
Price goes up.
Oh, you just can't
timing
manage
and
it.
schedules go out the window when you bring subcontractors.
Yeah, you can't manage it because you don't know their time frame, their skill set, and I don't know about anybody else, but it's hard to get good help out there, or even somebody to come out and give an estimate. I mean, if it's not worth their time, they feel like they'll ghost the people. And I hear it all the time. They're like, hey, I've called these different people. They never showed up, or they did, and they never gave me an estimate. It's bonkers to me, and we're big enough where we can take on those large jobs, but I think we're still small enough where we can maneuver and satisfy the customers that really need us and utilize our relationships.
Yeah. So our carpenter guys do carpentry work for the most part, but they are experts in custom tile work. We do welding when necessary. We do flat roofs, torch down roofs, shingle roofs, tile roofs.
Yes.
Like, I'm super proud of our team because there isn't a problem on a home or a commercial building that needs to be fixed, and you reach out to us as Good Life Inspections, and they're not going to be able to have a solution. We always have a solution.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like every guy can do every job. We put the right person in the right seat on the bus.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up, and I don't even know if you know this. The drum roll. We are one, I would say number one, maybe top three customers because of our volume of work we do in the Sacramento region or in Northern California. We're actually doing some work down in South California right now.
Yeah.
But we buy a lot of materials from Home Depot, from local lumber stores. Take a guess. I mean, today is what? Today is June.
The 10th, yeah.
June 10th. How much money do you think between all the companies we've spent?
Between all the divisions, and it's the 10th?
Just use Home Depot alone. How much money do you think we spent?
Here's Home Depot. Not $1 million. I'm going to say probably about $540,000.
All right. It's way north of that. We are at over $2 million.
Already? Whoa. 10 days in?
No. Not for the month. I'm talking since January 1st through now. So about a little less. Is it a little? Yeah, it's a little less than a half a year. We are over $2 million in spendings. And so what that does, guys, for you guys, it enables to save us money on our material pricing. We have an immediate 10% discount in Home Depot at the register when we buy materials. But when we buy in bulk, we can get up to 30 and 40% off. So that enables us
Well,
to pass on the savings and be competitive on our pricing.
I mean, I take that into consideration, but I didn't even think about how much more savings when we buy in bulk. Like if we're buying windows and doors and stuff in bulk and storing it in our yard.
Trim, yeah.
The other thing I did notice, at least light bulb came on. We get our material pretty quick if it's a special order from Home Depot. So usually it takes 2 weeks or longer to get something. We'll get stuff in a week from some of our vendors, but I didn't equate the two together. That how much time and money we spend with them that they want to make sure we're satisfied.
Yeah, we get good pricing on all those things. Painting, we get amazing pricing on. Talk to me about painting. It's this weird thing. A lot of our competition out there matches to paint their repairs. I'm sorry, they charge.
So this is something we've been doing for a long time. The termite or WDO industry or repair industry in general, if they're not painting the whole home, no one wants to prime. No one wants to paint and color match paint, right? But when we're dealing with homeowners or sellers or new buyers and we do repairs on the home, we always offer to paint the repairs that we completed with color match paint. Most of our competitors, bless them, they don't want to paint. And they want to charge hourly rate that's not included in the bid. So whenever we're looking at apples to apple bidding against other companies, I always see a line item that says additional costs per hour for painting plus material, right? And this is something that we offer right off the bat because, for one, the standards that we hold, and we want to see a finished product when we get done. I don't want to see...
We want to paint every job.
I don't want to see a homeowner up on a ladder. I've driven by jobs where I've seen someone do repairs on it, and the prime paint is still on that fascia board that's on the second floor because no one has a ladder to get to it or no one cares about it, right? When it would have just been that much easier to do it at the time of. So that's something that I really, if you're going to take anything away, we do provide painting on all our repairs. That's included in the estimate. Prime painting.
We don't charge extra to paint. So if you're a realtor and you're like, why is this a big deal? Like, who cares? It's just painting. When you hire us as the termite company to perform any repairs on a house, and we replace a little bit of siding, and sometimes we do pieces to just omit the dry rotted damage and replace it. This way, we can still certify the house and be cost effective. Or we replace a window on the trim, or we replace some fascia board or some roof sheeting. And you'll walk around a house, and I don't know, an average job will have, 5 to 10 different spots?
Yep.
Well, the material we buy at Home Depot is usually just raw wood. And we nail it on a piece here and a piece there and a piece there. Well, the Structural Pest Control Board says, listen, guys, you replaced a piece of wood. This is a law now, or a requirement. You replaced a piece of wood that was rotted due to very commonly rain or weather elements. Well, now you put on a piece of new wood, it's going to rot because it needs to be sealed. So a lot of the termite companies will just paint those pieces with just white primer. And you have a white house, sometimes you have a purple house, a blue house, a beige house. Mm-hmm. And when the performances are already performed, you walk around this house and you see pieces of white wood on this home, and it kind of makes it look like a checkerboard. So 8 years ago, we just decided here at Good Life Inspections that if the homeowner can provide the paint to us, and there's a reason why we asked them to provide the paint, it's not hard for us to buy it, but oftentimes it's very hard to match. Yes. And they'll tell us you did the wrong match. But if the homeowner provides the paint, which oftentimes homeowners will have in the garage, some spare paint, if you put that paint out, we will perform the repairs. And after we're done with the repairs, we'll paint all of our repairs with the paint you provide, and we don't charge extra. And it was about a year ago that I learned that a lot of our competition will charge an extra 10% or 15%.
Or they won't paint it all, or they won't prime it, or they won't color match paint it at all.
They'll just leave it white primed. Yep. And so I think that's pretty awesome that we get to do that.
It's the finished product. You know what I mean? It's not only that, but it's the added benefit that the wood's sealed and primed, and the homeowner or the buyer doesn't have to deal with it again. I guess one of the biggest compliments I can get is when I get a call, a complaint. We did repairs and replaced a bunch of wood on a home, and the homeowner can't see it, right? We go through, we walk them through, we show them the job, and because we did it back the same way it looked like before, and painted it with their matching paint or with a matching paint. They don't think the repairs got done, and then we walk through with a photo album that we have with each job and show them that it was removed and replaced. It just, they couldn't tell because it looks the same. So that's a compliment in my book because we put it back, as good or better than it was originally.
Cool. Anything else that comes up to mind on where we are always trying to push the standard in the industry?
I would say knowledge, right? So not only learning from the Structural Pest Control Board who governs us, but from our partners in the real estate world. I'm learning all the time about areas that have influx in home value, or it has an influx in homes that are on the market. So an area that may be sitting longer because they have more homes for sale there and less buyers. Other things, just knowledge, right? I like to hear a lot from the real estate market and then from the construction world as well. What changes for different codes, compliance, insurance is a big one right now. Permitting, I think we saw that coming a while ago by introducing or getting involved with planning and permitting. So we had an in-house team. So there's a lot of changes and regulations that come with that, and we try to stay ahead of those things, right? We don't try to react to it. We try to prepare for it or
Be proactive.
Proactive for
I
it.
love it.
So knowledge. That's doing a great job, but also increasing your knowledge.
Yeah, I think we're going to have more of these conversations in the future and talk about some details and, on how we do inspections and how to read reports and what are some commonly found issues and et cetera. But right now, to wrap up this conversation, Justin, can you share with the people out there who are going to be watching this video, what is our goal? What is our mission here at Good Life?
Our mission and our goal is to be one of the most trusted vendors in the greater Sacramento area for not only your real estate inspection, your commercial inspection, your repairs, your remodel, or if you unfortunately have a fire or water loss just as well. We want to be one of the most trusted companies out there that when you sell a home as a real estate agent and your buyer needs something, you have a number to call, right?
We want you guys to trust us, and we do everything we can to make sure that we always are very thorough. We do a good quality work, and if there's ever an issue, we always want to go back and make it right because we believe in this. I mean, we've been in the market for a long time. We've been doing inspections for over 40 years. We've been doing construction as a construction company here for over 16 years now. We've been doing restoration for over 5 years. Time flies. And we know that that reputation is extremely important. I feel like we don't work for money here. Our reputation means a lot. And so we want to build a strong reputation and let the reputation go to work for us. How much do we care about money here? Like, how big is profitability? How often time are you, as the general manager of our inspection company, being shaken down by the ownership for profit? Like, where's my money, Justin?
I don't think that's ever actually happened since I've been here. I've been here since 2018. I think you purchased the company in 2016?
Yes.
So I don't ever feel the pressure on that. What I do feel the pressure on is making things right? So in the real estate world or the construction world, we want to partner with people, and we see that as a real partnership, that if we breach your trust, we want to try to go out there and make it right if you give us the opportunity. And I think we do that all the time.
And then what do you think we talk about most in our strategic leadership meetings? I mean, I know what I want you to say, but I want you to see if you know, how do we do it? What do we tell our people? We ask them to love management and leadership. We, as the ownership of the company, we expect you to do what to our employees and to our customers?
Well, to love on them is one big one.
Well, that's the one I was looking for, Justin. That's huge.
If I was going to add anything, I would say educate just as well, both, and understanding our passion and our mission. But yes, love on one another. So you don't know what everybody else is going through in their life, and they could be stressed out, especially in the home selling and purchasing world. And our
And
office
why would that matter? Why would that matter in an inspection process? Love, like how does that play out?
how would love play on the inspection process?
What does it mean to love?
For me, it's trying to understand their situation and help them out, right? So maybe loving them in the sense of,
I'm gonna help you out.
yeah,
I'm working on Justin, on getting him over to church and start reading the Bible. We love everybody here at Good Life, but I'm a big Jesus follower, and here at Good Life Companies, I believe chapter 13 of Corinthians in the Bible says that love is patient. So when our people here are patient with each other, patient with our client, patient with the situation, that's a form of love.
Okay.
That's actually providing love is like patience. And then the Bible says love is kind. So being kind. Love does not envy. We don't envy people here. We love other people's success, support it, and we celebrate it. Like when Justin makes more money than me, I love it. I don't envy him.
I appreciate that.
Sometimes as the owner, you're the last one to get paid. The Bible says love does not seek its own. It puts others first. That's what you're talking about.
That's what I was getting to, I think, in a roundabout way.
Essentially.
I
So,
appreciate
I'm
that.
just putting more words into it. But when you try to identify and understand your client, the situation, and offer solutions without necessarily thinking of what does it mean for me? What does it mean for my paycheck? How am I going to make money in this? You're just there to love on them and serve them. And I think that's our biggest competitive advantage. Honestly, Justin, that's what keeps our people here. We have a lot of tenured people here for 10, 12, 20, 22 years.
Yes.
That have been here for a long time. There's
And
not a whole
celebrating them just as
and
well.
we celebrate them because we love on them, and I think that's what sets us apart the most.
Are we changing the name from Good Life to Love Life?
No, we're just gonna add it. Good
Okay,
Life loves everybody.
It's going to be a little snippet underneath there, huh? The fine print.
Yeah, but I think that's our biggest competitive advantage. It's something that we continue pushing all the time as our mission statement. Is that we don't focus. We make money here, but we make as a result of us serving and loving people. It's never the goal. Money's never the goal here at A Good Life. It's a result of what we do.
point.
So it's a measurable. If we made money this month, we know that we loved on a lot of people, and happy customers, satisfied customers, pay their bills, and refer this to more customers. So if you ever feel like you want to be loved on during a homeowner termite inspection process, give Good Life a shot.